జస్ట్ కొన్ని మామూలు పాత గన్స్ కొంతమందితో ఈజ్ క్రియేటింగ్ హ్యావక్ ఇన్ ద పర్సన్. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఒక గ్యాంగ్స్టర్ లేకపోతే ఒక పొలిటికల్ గ్యాంగ్స్టర్ లేకపోతే ఒక ఫ్యాక్షనిస్ట్ ఒక రౌడీ గురించి మనం ఒక క్రిమినల్స్లో ఉంటాం, కానీ ఒక అడవి లోపల నుంచి అంత హడావుట్ చేయటం అనేది దాదాపు నాకు తెలిసి వరల్డ్ క్రిమినల్ హిస్టరీలో ఎక్కడ లేదు అలాంటిది. అంటే ఒక 90 మంది పోలీసు మందిని చంపి అక్కడ 700 కోట్లు పైగా ఖర్చు పెట్టించిన గవర్నమెంట్ అలాంటి ఇన్సిడెంట్ అనేది ఎప్పుడు జరగలేదు. సో ఆల్వేస్ ఐ వాజ్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఇన్ ట్రైంగ్ టు క్యాప్చర్ వాట్ వీరప్పన్ కొంత ఎక్స్ గ్యాంగ్ మెంబర్స్ తనతో పనిచేసి జైల్లో ఉండి బయటకు వచ్చిన వాళ్ళని మీడియేషన్ చేసిన వాళ్ళు ఇలాంటి వాళ్ళని కలిసి తన ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్స్ని కొంత తన ఆపరేషన్ వాళ్ళ పోలీస్ ఆఫీసర్ తోటి మాట్లాడి నేను సేకరించిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ తోటి ఒక finally I arrived at one screenplay and that's what the film is. నేను ఇది కన్నడలో చేసినప్పుడు శివరాజ్ కుమార్ యాక్టర్ అయి ఉండి ఒక కన్నడ ప్రజలకు అక్కడ జరిగిన విషయం కాబట్టి వాళ్ళకి బాగా తెలుసు. అది వాళ్ళు తెలిసిన వాళ్ళకి చెప్పినప్పుడు ఒక స్క్రీన్ ప్లే ఒకలాగా ఉంటుంది, అదొక డిఫరెన్సు. రెండోది వీరప్పన్ అనేది మెయిన్ పాయింట్గా తీసుకుని పక్కన అన్ని క్యారెక్టర్స్ దానికి ఒక స్క్రీన్ ప్లేకి అవసరమైనంత వరకు వాడి మోర్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఎల్స్ దానికన్నా చాలా పెద్ద స్కేల్లో ఎలాబొరేట్గా తీయడం జరిగింది. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్. డిడ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ హీ హ్యాడ్ డన్, వెదర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ యాంటీ సోషల్ activities, criminal activities and murderous activities, and of course anyone who takes the law into their hands will be considered as an anti-establishment guy and he needs to be punished. Now, why he has done it, what has provoked him and what circumstances created that kind of a mindset in him is more of a social debate rather than trying to be judgmental about him being good or bad or wrong or right. That's how I look at it. So I think I try to represent the truth the way it happened rather than trying to take sides with characters, whether it is the police or or Veerappan. Yeah. I would not say it's exactly a biopic because I would say it is the biopic from the perspective of the police. Now, for example, if you want to capture a wild animal, you have to have some knowledge of the background of that animal, the habitat or the behavior pattern, or what happened to the people when they tried to catch that animal before. So the information is related more from who wants to know what for what reason. So for example, anybody's story can be told from anybody's point of view. It can be told from probably the family's perspective, the wife's perspective, or the villagers who lived in that time. You know, I choose to tell his story the way the final team which managed to capture him and kill him, the way they understood or the way they came to know about his story. I would put it that way. So it's not really a biopic, but yes, it's a biopic from the perspective of the police. So I will not tell which school he went to, how he was as a kid, whether he was mischievous in his childhood. I'm not getting into that. I'm intrigued with people who are larger than life, or radical and rebellious and anti-establishment people, because I think it's important to understand Hitler as much as Mahatma Gandhi, because both of them are a part and parcel of life. So in the course of my study of such people, I think Veerappan I thought was the most unique character, because without the backing of any kind of an organization like what Al-Qaeda will have, like a network or probably some state sponsored sometimes, which happens in the world, or great financial resources, or not even a political group supporting him. Without any of this, I think he created the biggest terror ever seen in the history of crime. You know, so I think that element itself calls for a serious study and to put him in a historical perspective, and that's what I try to do. The two things, one is, I think as a director, first and as a filmmaker, I hear about this character called Veerappan, for not anyone, I need to understand in my head exactly who I am dealing with. And for me, characters are not so much about the thinking, it's about the behavior pattern. It's about the emotional quotient. It's about, when you see first time, what is the impression you will immediately have on the person, even before you're talking to a person. So I work a lot on those details. And Veerappan, right from the beginning, was clear that because we heard so much about him and there's no reference point. See, if I make a film on a gangster, for example, I can think of a reference point like a Dawood Ibrahim or a Chota Shakir or Al Capone or Pablo Escobar, like various aspects, the triad gangs in Hong Kong. But the moment you terrorists I can have a lot of references. Veerappan has no reference except himself because there is no parallel to him at all. And there is not much footage available of him on video. There's only pictures, and then when you talk to people about him, you get different versions. But finally, from all the versions, I will decide on this is what Veerappan should be. Once I had that, I called casting directors and get this information and looking for someone to play Veerappan. And among the pictures they sent, I was lucky, just hardly the third or fourth picture was of Sandeep. నేను చూపించేదంతా నిజమే యాదగిరిగుట్ట నరసింహ స్వామి ప్రమాణం చేసి చెప్తున్నాను. See, the point is there is no, see, truth is what you come to know. Nobody's ever was with Veerappan. Veerappan has died. So even if Veerappan is alive, there is no guarantee himself will tell the truth. So Veerappan also cannot guarantee it's the truth. So it would be foolish of me to say that. But the point is, Veerappan, there is a documentation of his crimes, a documentation of what happened with him, and there are various books written, there are films made, there are articles written in respectable newspapers, and but this film says something contradictory and something very different from all those, but it's come from research, and none of these people even challenged my version of it. So that itself should be the proof that this is the as near as truth can get to. To start with, like I was trying to explain right in the beginning, so there is no Shivraj Kumar's character, because when it was made in Kannada, it was kept in mind that Rajkumar's son, Rajkumar, has been kidnapped, and that is a major part of their thing. So it was done for one, that sensibility, and second, Karnataka people know a lot about Veerappan because that happened in their home territory. So the screenplay was constructed more to the audience's knowledge already of certain things or certain perspectives. Whereas this was done on a very pan-India perspective, where people just know about Veerappan, not more than that. So neither the characters nor the screenplay nor anything as relevance to that. Of course, the thought could be the same because eventually both the films are about Veerappan and how he was trapped and killed. But in scale, in elaboration, and the characterizations, everything, it's very different.
Actually, you can see one of our posters right here, behind me, with this very intriguing line, "Many men tried to kill Veerappan and there was a woman too." And obviously you can see myself and the amazingly talented Usha Jadhav, who plays Muthu Lakshmi, Veerappan's wife. So there is a very interesting thread through the story. I play a woman who is a very ordinary middle-class woman who is recruited by the police to help capture Veerappan in a single line. So as you can maybe gauge from the poster, it's what you might term a de-glam kind of a role. And it is a wonderful opportunity because, to be honest, I've been looking for this kind of a role in India, where I get the chance to allow my performance to shine as opposed to my outfits, you could say. And of course, working with Rama sir was an incredible honor. He's a director that was always on my wish list. And finally it came true in this second innings that I'm having right now in India. I recently moved back and I'm starting to take on work. But I'm very choosy. I've always been choosy. So this is the kind of role, film, production, director that I want to work with. Often an image of glamour, now that the hard work is behind us. But the actual work of making a film is anything but glamorous. And I still love it, and I think it goes for any actor. So yes, I mean, shooting the film was very demanding. However, I was actually not in the forest in the really difficult terrain, in the very challenging locations as Sachin was, and and of course Sandeep. Veerappan right here. I don't even know if you all recognize Veerappan at this table. Amazing, because the transformation is outstanding. But fortunately, you can actually see him and the poster behind him. So, I mean, I think that they had a much tougher, difficult, physically challenging time of it, shooting in the jungles. My portions, and Usha also shot in the jungle for some portions, but in general, my portions were shot elsewhere. Not to say it wasn't challenging, it was challenging in a very different way. And for me to be challenged as an actor is actually both terrifying and incredibly satisfying, and that's what I got on this project.
जब भी कोई ऐसा कैरेक्टर आपके सामने आता है तो मुश्किलें तो बहुत ज़्यादा होती हैं और आई एम फ्रॉम नॉर्थ इंडिया और फॉरेस्ट के साथ मेरा कोई बिलोंगिंग नहीं है, ऊपर से फर्स्ट फिल्म मेरी है, तो ये सारी चीज़ें बहुत मुश्किल थी मेरे लिए। और आरजीवी सर के साथ काम करना, फर्स्ट ब्रेक विद आरजीवी सर, तो जब मुझे पता चला कि मैं ये करने वाला हूँ और मैं सेलेक्ट हुआ हूँ, तो मैंने, जैसे सर ने बताया कि मैंने गूगल पे और यूट्यूब पे ढूंढना शुरू किया वीरप्पन के बारे में, लेकिन कुछ मिला नहीं, मुझे कुछ भी नहीं मिला, मतलब फोटोग्राफ्स के अलावा कुछ भी नहीं है। तो फिर मुझे लगा कि कैसे मैं इसको तैयार करूं। बहुत सारी चीजें हैं कि अगर थोड़ा सा भी पोर्शन छूटेगा तो लोगों को यकीन नहीं होगा कि ये वीरप्पन है। तो वो वीरप्पन के अंदर पूरा जाने के लिए फिर आरजीवी सर ने मुझे ब्रीफ किया उसके बारे में, जो आरजीवी सर का रिसर्च था उसमें से उन्होंने बताया कि ऐसा था वैसा था, ये सब चीजें थी। तो और मेकअप आर्टिस्ट ने, जो विक्रम गायकवाड़ मेकअप आर्टिस्ट हैं, उन्होंने ये पूरा डिजाइन किया, जिसके लिए मुझे वेट लूज करना पड़ा, आईब्रोज को ट्रिम करना पड़ा। तो ये सब चीजें थी। उसके बाद फिर मुझे लगा कि अगर जैसे सर ने बताया कि वो पूरी लाइफ उसने जंगल में बिताई, तो जंगल में रहने वाला आदमी और एक समाज में रहने वाला आदमी, उनमें दोनों में बहुत फर्क होता है, चलने का, उठने का, बैठने का, खाने का, सब चीजों का बहुत फर्क था। तो मुझे लगा कि कोई सर्टन एक बॉडी लैंग्वेज होनी चाहिए जो कि एनिमल क्वालिटी जिसमें दिखे, क्योंकि वो 24 घंटे जंगल में रहता है, ऑलमोस्ट 40-50 किलोमीटर वॉक करता है एक जगह से दूसरी जगह, खानाबदोशी होती है जंगल में, तो वो वॉक उसकी स्पीड बहुत ज्यादा होगी। तो उस हिसाब से मैंने वो वॉक को एक थोड़ा सा एक अनएजुकेटेड अनयूजुअल पर्सन का एक वॉक को मैंने क्रिएट किया। मैंने सर से डिस्कस किया उस बारे में कि सर इस तरह से कुछ कर सकता हूँ या इस तरह से कुछ कर सकता हूँ, तो सर को पसंद आया, तो उन्होंने भी उस चीज को डायलॉग्स वाइज भी उस चीज को यूज करने के लिए कहा। और बाद में फिर जब वॉक का मैंने किया, उसके बाद जब सीन्स की बारी आई, सीन्स में फिर सर ने मुझे उस सब के बारे में गाइड किया कि एक्सप्रेशन वाइज ही वुड बी लाइक एन एनिमल, और 24 घंटे चौकन्ना रहता है क्योंकि उसको चारों तरफ से थ्रेट है और वो खुद अपने आप में एक थ्रेट है।
Veerappan was really great experience for me. I'm huge fan of Ramu sir. I used to struggle in 2006 and 2007, and this is 2016. I'm working with him. So I had a long, क्या बोलते हैं कि बहुत सालों की मेरी विश थी कि रामू सर के साथ काम करना है, रामू सर के साथ काम करना है। Finally, I'm working with him with such a good character. I'm playing Muthu Lakshmi in the film, and we at least myself, I knew about Veerappan more or less, so few things, not in detail. I didn't know about him, Veerappan also. I was never aware about Muthu Lakshmi. First time I came to know about Muthu Lakshmi when sir narrated me about her. It was great experience working on the film. The character is a very nice character. It's a very innocent role, and it was difficult in a way because I never played a real character. I always played fiction. Muthu Lakshmi is someone who is real, and she is still there. So we had the challenge to keep it as real as possible, because we can't exaggerate. We can't just put anything out of blue. So I think we managed that, and I had a great experience working with Lisa. We worked together for the first time in the film, and it's a fantastic experience. Sachin ji, Sandeep, it was a great experience working on this film. and I think we made a good film, and I hope you will like the film.
When I'm playing cricket, I'm playing cricket. When I'm shooting, I'm shooting. When I'm working, I'm working. So I mean, life should have adventures. I think we'll talk something other than the movie now. Life should have adventures, different things. I mean, we all do many things. But one thing that I would like to share about Veerappan is that there is so much which is undocumented on Veerappan, has been researched in this by RGV and research and put in this film. That is going to be very surprising for the audience, because he was just not a normal criminal who was a nobody to become such a huge name and was unable to be caught for 20 years. I mean, the government tried to catch him for 20 years. He did some surprising things, I mean, some things that, shocking things that we normally wouldn't think of. So that's what this film is all about, versus the Kannada version of killing Veerappan. I mean, after a long time I've seen a good film like Veerappan, and if audience likes to watch a good film and a film that gives them a perspective, then this is the film to watch.
ఇష్టం గట్టిగా ఉంటుందేమో కదా సూర్య. సరే నిజం చెప్పు, నేను ఇష్టమా మీ నాన్న ఇష్టమా?
నాన్న